What's the purpose? Where it comes from? Music, there's a whole thing about how to listen. The rest of it, I don't think I need to tell you anything. I bet you've got 20 categories already. You know, I remember the very first question I asked you one time. I asked you, as a creative person, you get so many ideas, so many things you want to do. How do you know which ones? And you told me the ones that won't leave your brain. Well, I've used that. It's absolutely marvelous. I'd like to suggest when we find the right 20 people, we could do it in 10 sections, 5 in the fall, 5 in the spring. Break it up over the performance season at the end of the year. People can be very, very busy. And I'm going to schedule my I have 3 premieres lined up in Mexico before the end of the year. And I'll hold off on the dates of the second and third one until I see what you're doing. But I would keep it to like a Tuesday night, the least working performance night. Monday, we're all wiped out. Open with a reading assignment. So they need to read something before they come. I think it needs to be participatory. So they're not going to be passively sitting there listening to you yap on for an hour and a half. Each one of them, you'll tell them on the first night, they need to come back on the second week and create something. And then we'll walk through the process and make sure that each stage of their creation, we're talking about that part of the process. So everybody's going to be doing. We're not a bunch of people to sit around and listen to someone. You know, we're all active doers. I think that can be very exciting, and you don't know what kind of work you're going to get. By the way, this is for Pride Week. We've come a long ways, baby. I can remember. I'll just tell you a quickie. Above you, where the Orpheum ticket office is, used to be Vancouver's first gay bar. It was called Faces. And the entrance was over on Richards. It had no signs, just the address. I think it was I forget what it was, 728 or something like that. And there was a little peephole, and they would see who was coming in. And if they didn't recognize you, or you were coming with somebody that was there, you couldn't get in. It was still illegal, and the cops could bust you, and it was a completely different time. So anyway, if you hear the throbbing disco music late in the night, it's the ghost from the first gay bar of Vancouver, right above you. I don't think we'll have any problem. I know I could get 10 people in a week. Dancers, choreographers, maybe half, 10. Then the other 10 should be like a couple of composers. And we can ask the guy at the symphony if he knows some composers for dance. And Les knows all the choral, young composers for choral music. So there's 2, there's another, maybe a couple of writers. I know Carmen Aguirre, one of Canada's most successful playwrights. Her parents were refugees here from Pinochet, from Chile. Anyway, she's written a lot of plays and books and very prolific. But she could get us a couple of young writers. So, and then you got to let in one librettist. One. I don't think I'm the only one I know of. I've yet to run across anybody that's doing librettos for ballets. But maybe a songwriter, or maybe a couple of film people from the film industry. Not the workers, but young directors, movie directors. So we could fill it up like that, and maybe someone from art, creative, someone's doing costumes or sets or something. So we got a whole mix of creative people. I think the most important thing is that they need to be actively creative people. Not wannabes. You can't waste your time with wannabes. You need people who are doing it right now. And I think we'd even have to have an application form with a submission and make sure we get a really hybrid group of 20 people.